So, gosh, there's so much going on today, like Pastor Diane said, with Super Bowl, and then there's the youth event, right? You guys can go play laser tag. Oh my goodness, amazing. That's going to be pretty cool. I like your hair. So, how many know the story of David and Goliath? Show of hands. Okay, thank you. David and Goliath, okay. Spoiler alert, in case you don't know the story of David and Goliath, at the end, right, David takes out Goliath. Okay, now, David, there's some things about David. He had 7 brothers, so he was the youngest. And when there was a king, and the king's name was Saul, and he was so not doing what God was asking him to do. He was just so off doing his own thing that a prophet, Samuel, was told, you need to go to Bethlehem. You need to go, the dad called Jesse, and from his sons, you're going to pick the king. So, the prophet went to Bethlehem, and he got introduced to all of Jesse's sons, but one was missing. Because when he met Jesse's sons, the first guy he met was really tall, handsome, and he thought, this is who God is going to pick as king. And God whispered to the prophet, I don't judge by looks, and I don't judge by appearance. I judge by the heart. Thank you. By the heart. So, the prophet said, is this everybody? And the dad said, oh, well, you know what? Wait, I have David, but like he's out in the field. I gotta go call him in. So David comes running in, and God says to the prophet, that's the one. And so Samuel takes out his oil and he anoints David. And anointing means it was a promise that one day you'll be king. So now, we gotta go back to the castle, where there's Saul, who's off doing his own thing, and he's not listening to God at all. Saul's just off doing his own thing, and he's having problems with the giants in the land. Giants are really tall people, like Jeff. Jeff is gonna stand up. You know, Jeff's the tallest person that we have here. And so, there were these giants, and there were the people called the Philistines who were really not like the Israelites. And there was this one giant named Goliath. Now, not only was Goliath tall like Jeff, but imagine baby Everett standing on top of Jeff's shoulders, and that's how tall Goliath was. And Goliath was a bully, and he'd come out every morning and every night and taunt the Israelite soldiers and say, isn't there anybody strong enough to take me on? And they were all like, no, we're scared. So, now we gotta go back to the farmland where David is. And David's dad says, I'm concerned about your brothers because they were in the army, but that King Saul who's off doing his own thing. You need to go. You need to go check on them and take him some food. So David is obedient, and he goes into town. He's going, and as he's approaching, he hears Goliath taunting, saying, isn't anybody strong enough to take me on? Come on, bring it on. And David goes to the troops, and he goes to his brothers, and he says, isn't anybody going to take that giant on? And they go, no, because we're scared. And David says, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because God is on my side. So, David approaches Goliath. Goliath comes forward to that battle line. And he's laughing. He's like, are you serious? David, the youngest, the smallest, the littlest of these, he's going to take me on? Yeah, exactly. So, Goliath has his swords. David says, God is on my side, and today the world will know there is one God that we serve. So, he takes out his slingshot. He takes it out. And he has a stone, and he flings it, and it gets Goliath. And Goliath goes down, and everybody cheers. Yay! The giant is dead. The giant is dead. So that's a pretty cool story, and I think there's some important lessons in there. First one is that you, me, the entire congregation, nothing is impossible with God. Absolutely nothing. We can do all things in Him. And the second one, which is what Pastor Diane was sharing with us, that you're in the story, right? David was the youngest. He was the smallest. He was the littlest of these. But at any age, no matter who you are, you can show that you are a Christian. And that's what Pastor Diane was saying. And I know that you, each and every one of you, have done amazing things in the service of God. And I think that we need to let everyone know the amazing blessings that you have been to the community, how you have been showing your acts of love and kindness and letting the world know that you are a Christian. On Christmas Day, Luke and Ellie and Grace, with their dad, delivered food to people. Gavin and Luke and Ellie and Grace and Greg and Lauren and Mia, who make pancakes, and Abby and Nicole and Tim and Will and George and Anna. They all have shared and given their time to Family Promise. Lucy collected her monies for a year in that solo cup because she knows that we have a God-sized vision, a future with a hope, and no more malaria and rebuilding the Jersey Shore. Carly and her dad delivered food on Thanksgiving to the homeless in Philly. Sean did a coat drive, and that coat drive collected 48 coats. So there are people, 48 people, braving this winter weather a lot warmer because of the love and generosity. Allie collected food in the neighborhood to support the food pantry. AJ is donating his time to create a prayer garden in the cemetery. Greg collected food for the backpack program. Tom helped an elderly gentleman with his lawn. You see, God doesn't care about our looks or our age. What He looks at is our heart. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right.